What's up? Shelly Sports Cards back at you. Today in this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about baseball prospects or any Major League Baseball player that I think is a good investment right now. Somebody that you can buy and hopefully they turn out to have a good career, that their cards go up in value. Either they've already, you know, started to have a good career or they're on the right track, or just players that are known to be good already, that are still not super high in value like Mike Trout, um, almost to the point where you're getting ripped off. I think you can still invest money in Mike Trout, you know, because he might live up to the expectations that he has. I don't think that he will, but you know, I think that the Mike Trout era has already passed. You can still spend the money on him, but you're gonna spend a lot, and that's okay because he's earned that, and he's the best player in the game right now. But we're not gonna talk about Mike Trout anymore. We're gonna talk about some of the other guys in the league. Back when I collected, there was always more than just one guy that was on top as far as in the hobby. 1994, you had Frank Thomas and Ken Griffey Jr. They were both worth, a base card would be worth like $2 or $3, and Cal Ripken. So there's three of them that were worth about the same. Barry Bonds was worth about half. So if a base card of Ken Griffey Jr. was $1.50, the Barry Bonds card would be worth, $1.50 at that time. And so stuff changes depending on the market and, who's hot and who's selling. And as somebody with a lot of experience with baseball and the market and how stuff fluctuates depending on, stats and performance and stuff like that, I think I'm a good person to inform you guys about some cards that, guys to look out for, things that might happen in the market with certain players that might go up in value. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you about some guys that I think that are good investments right now. The first guy that I'm going to talk about is Rhys Hoskins. He's on the Phillies. He's a first baseman. It says that he's an outfielder here, but these are just all Bowman rookie cards, just the paper type. Oh shit! Almost dropped them all because I'm looking at the phone, not in my hands. But you can buy lots of these cards, and you can buy Rhys Hoskins autograph cards. You can buy all kinds of different cards on eBay, whatever kind you want to invest in. But I think I bought all 25 of these cards right here for, maybe $5, $10, something like that. And I might be able to sell them for $1 a piece, So I'm going to make money there. This whole entire stack right here is Rhys Hoskins rookie cards. He didn't have the greatest season last season, but he's still got a lot of talent. He's young. He had a lot of pressure batting cleanup behind Bryce Harper and stuff like that. And I think that next year that the Phillies are going to be a much better team. And they're going to probably bat Rhys Hoskins like maybe I don't think they're going to keep him in the cleanup spot. I think it's too much pressure on him. He's going to probably bat 5th or 6th, maybe maybe 2nd. But yeah, we'll see what happens with the Phillies in the offseason and what happens. But he's a good young player, a lot of talent. I recommend you guys, investing a little bit into him. That'd be a good idea. Second player that I want to talk about, Cody Bellinger. He's been in the league for 3 years. His prices are pretty high already. But he's won the Rookie of the Year. He's been to the World Series, 2 years, 3 years in a row, whatever. He's going to win the MVP this year. He probably should have hit 50 home runs, but he got pretty cold at the end of the season. They're not as high as Mike Trout's yet, and they're not even close. But like this Bowman Chrome 2016 number to 50 gold gem mint card I bought for I think I spent about 200 something on it, like 210. If this was a Mike Trout card, it would probably sell for $2,000. You know what I'm saying? So there's still a lot of room for improvement as far as value goes with Cody Bellinger. He's still a bargain. He's young. He's 24 years old. He's shown a lot of really good things. He's only going to get better until he reaches his peak. So he's got a few, like more than 6-7 years before he hits 32, 33 years old, and he's going to do some amazing things hopefully in the league. His dad played with the Yankees. His dad was named Clay Bellinger, so baseball runs in his blood. He can do it all. He's a 5-tool player. He's fast. He steals bases. He plays more than one defensive position very well. Gold Glover. Hits for average. Hits for power. So he's a player to invest in. And I'm not going in any specific order on who I think are the best ones to invest in, but next guy, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. His dad played baseball too. They got the same name. He's showed everybody what he could do in the 2019 Home Run Derby. He's got a lot of power. He's a great fielder, good throwing arm. Just a good player, and he's young. He's only like 20 years old, so he's going to have a nice, long, good career ahead of him, hopefully, and he's going to do some really good things. I'd invest some money in him. Next up is Ronald Acuna Jr. All the stuff that I talked about with Vladimir Guerrero Jr., same stuff. He had a monster year. He almost went 40-40, maybe being the only guy to ever do it clean. Barry Bonds did it clean too because he wasn't on anything yet, suspectfully at that point. But Ronald Acuna Jr., he's a good guy to invest in. Some of his stuff is a little pricey, but you can get some of his other stuff for not that bad of a price. The Topps Update is probably one of his best cards to go after. Topps Chrome Update. Ohtani, I'm not sure how I feel about Ohtani. I'm just not sure how I feel about him. Yeah, I just don't know. Let's talk about this guy right here, Walker Buehler. He's young. He's got electric stuff. He's on a really winning team. He's going to have good run support for a long time. He's just got such amazing stuff. He's such a good pitcher. To be his age and to do what he did this postseason, he goes 7 innings, 6 innings, 7 innings, and, in both games he only just gave up, I think, maybe 1 run, 1 hit, that type of thing. He's an amazing pitcher. He's only going to get better, and his stuff's only going to get better, and his control's going to get better. So he seems like a real good, polite young man. He's not going to be in trouble, and I think that he's a great investment. He's on a team that is expected to win. So anybody on the Dodgers that's young, that's good, is a good investment. Gavin Lux. Walker Buehler, Cody Bellinger, all 3 good guys to invest some money in right now. The next one I want to talk about is kind of a shocker to me. Nolan Arenado, plays on the Rockies, third baseman. One of the best hitting defensive third basemen in the league, in both leagues. In Major League Baseball, he's the best third baseman in major leagues, and his numbers are amazing. Like, if you looked at his stats for the year, you're like, wow, he's MVP candidate. Like, and nobody's even bringing it up. They're talking about the guy that plays for the Diamondbacks, Rendon, but not one time have I heard any analyst bring up the fact that Nolan Arenado had 42 home runs and batted like almost 320. The Rockies didn't even have a chance at the postseason, but this guy has been so good for so long already. Right there with Mike Trout as far as numbers the last few years. I can't see why this guy is such a bargain still at this point. He speaks good. You can understand him. He's good with the media and the fans. And he's an amazing player. His cards are going to start going up, everybody. I can already tell you right now, as a major prediction of mine, Nolan Arenado, his card's going to go significantly up in the next couple of years. Right now, he's a bargain, an absolute bargain. I picked up this Bowman Sterling numbered card to 199, and if you checked on eBay right now, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you. if you checked on eBay right now at this very moment in time, because it's the same year as the Mike Trout, this card, or actually this one's a 2010. Mike Trout, 2010 Bowman Sterling, or 2011 Bowman Sterling is just hugely priced. I mean, the price of it's just outrageous. I'm searching this stuff right now. Okay, so let's see if we can find it. Okay, this is the same card. It's a year later. Okay, that's what this is trying to sell for right now. And you know, it's got 20 bids, and these guys are freaking jokes. But okay, this is a 2011 Bowman Sterling Mike Trout card. It's graded at 10, and this is the same card. It's not graded. It might not be a 10. Okay, but I picked up this card for less than $10. Wrap your head around this. Okay, Nolan Arenado, a year older. This is a 2010. Same type of card. It's a refractor, numbered to 199. This is numbered to 199. Okay, $10, $3,000. It's still got 3 days and 20 bids. You know, wrap your head around this, you guys. Okay, and it's freaking it's insane. Okay, it really is. This guy, Mike Trout, is not that much more valuable than Nolan Arenado. Nolan Arenado is right there with him as far as stats go, the last 4 or 5 years. So this is something to pick up right here. A card like this. I can tell you, I already know right now. I'm telling you, I guarantee it. His cards are going to go way up. He is somebody to invest in right now. Don't waste any more time with it. Get yourself an Arenado card just like this or something similar. A Bowman Sterling base that's graded maybe. Yeah, it's a great investment. Okay. Christian Yelich. This is like a pro debut rookie card. He's a good investment right now. His cards aren't that much. I mean, he would have won back-to-back MVP awards if it wasn't for Mike. If it wasn't for coming out at the end of the year with the kneecap. So, he's a good investment right now. I already talked about Walker Buehler. Same thing. I might have some of the same guys in here. We'll see. Alex Bregman. He's on the Astros. They might go to the World Series. He loves baseball. He's a good player. He's got a lot of talent. It's his 3rd year, and he hit 442 home runs. Batted over 300. He plays shortstop. You know, those are bigger things than Derek Jeter used to do for the most part. So watch out for him, you know. I definitely invest in Alex Bregman. He loves the game, and he loves to play. And there's a lot of things that I really like about him. So the next guy, Dodgers young prospect, he came in at the end of the year and showed everybody what he can do. You know, he's not filled into his body yet, and he's got room to grow. He's a very good contact hitter, hits the ball hard. Gavin Lux, somebody that I think is a good investment right now. I got another Nolan Arenado right here. So I already talked about him for a minute. Freddie Freeman, Atlanta Braves. The same thing as Nolan Arenado. The last 4 or 5 years, he's been up there with Mike Trout in almost every, major offensive category, average, home runs. He's proved himself worthy as a baseball player. Him and Mike Trout might go into the Hall of Fame on the very same day, at the end of their careers. That's how it might end up, being. So, Freddie Freeman's a good investment. You can get the Topps update, the one just like everybody's going crazy for, the Mike Trout 2011, same year. This is it right here. Will it ever go up to $500 like Mike Trout? No, but will it go up in value? Yes. He's a good one to invest in right now. The next guy, Peter Alonso. I don't know if I have to say anything about him, but I'll say a little bit about him. He's 25. He led Major League Baseball in home runs. He had 53 home runs, broke the rookie record set by Aaron Judge a few years ago. He had 53. He had the most by the Mets ever. He's in a big market. He doesn't hit for a high average, but neither did Mark McGwire. And Mark McGwire, 1985 Topps rookie card, used to sell for $400. So, people like him. He's a likable guy. He's good with the media. He gives good interviews. I can't say enough good things about Pete Alonso. He's definitely somebody to invest in. His prices are high for who he is and how much time he has in the league, but people love home runs, and his prices haven't reached a Mike Trout level yet. So Mike Trout's up there so high, he's all by himself. There's nobody else up there with him. And like I said, in sports baseball history, there's always like 2 or 3 guys on top as far as price wise goes. So, somebody is going to join Mike Trout at some point as far as price wise. It's going to happen. I don't know who it's going to be, but it's going to be one of the guys that I'm talking about. And I think it's going to be either Arenado, Pete Alonso, or I think it's going to be one of those 2 guys. That's just me, though. This is my opinion. Next guy I want to talk about, DJ LeMahieu. He's on the Yankees, not the Cubs anymore. But he hit for a real super high average. He's played for the Yankees, lots of hits, good player all around. He's from Visalia, California, which is pretty close to me. He's coming into his own right now, and he's on the Yankees, and he's got good hitters behind him and good hitters in front of him. Lots of talent there. He's going to continue to do better and improve his stats, and I think that he's somebody to invest in right now. This is a 2011 Bowman Chrome refractor. If this was a Mike Trout card, it would probably sell for about $1,300, something around that category, ungraded. I actually took a really good look at this one. This one's in really nice shape. I think it'll probably grade out at about a 9, maybe a 9.5. I picked this card up for like under $10. So I expect his prices to go up, and I'm pretty sure that they will. So that's somebody to invest in. Yordan Alvarez. He's going to be the Rookie of the Year for the National League. No, I'm sorry. That's for the American League now. For the American League. He did some amazing things in a very short time. He's going to, like I said, win the AL MVP. Rookie of the Year. And I expect him to do some really good things in the years coming. And his cards are going to probably go up quite a bit. And so he's somebody to invest in. Next 2 guys are both Yankees that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about them together. You got Gleyber Torres and Miguel Andujar. They're both showing what they can do in the postseason right now. They're having good postseasons. Good players. I think that they're both guys to invest in right now. Tim Tebow. He's with the Mets, AAA. He's working hard, and he's big, and he's strong, and he's athletic. He played football. He's going to do some amazing things, I think, if he gets called up, a chance to prove himself, and he's somebody that I think that people should invest in. With him, I wouldn't go too crazy, but definitely, buy a couple of his rookie cards, if you can buy him for a good price, and then he does some awesome things, then cool. Then you're going to make some money. This is basketball. Zion, his stuff's outrageously priced right now, but, if you can buy some stuff, some packs, and pull a few of his rookie cards, especially an autograph one, you're going to have a nice payday. So, Zion Williamson, going basketball right now. He's definitely somebody to invest in right now. With him, like I said, it's probably best if you decide if you want to rip open some packs and try to get one. Go for it. You might come up big and you might not. So I definitely tried my hand on a few different packs of the contenders, and I got some autographs, but not any of him. So I tried. Okay, next guy I want to talk about is Jose Altuve. This guy reminds me a lot of Craig Biggio, just a nice young he's a gamer, man. He puts in 100% every time he plays. He'll try to find a way to get on, to score, to do things for his team to help them win. Yeah, he's a good player. He's got a lot of talent. He puts up good numbers. He was a rookie at the same time as Mike Trout and all those guys, and his cards are not worth nearly as much as Mike Trout. But just going over some of his stats, on the back of this card, you can see he's hitting over 300 for the last like 6 seasons. It looks like his home runs, he did more this year than prior years. He's in the 20s for the most part. The hits, look at the hits. Got 168, 2, anything over 200 is really, really, really good. And he's hitting over 200 in like 4 years in a row. Yeah, he's a good player to invest in. So, his stuff is pretty cheap compared to Mike Trout for sure. I can't say anything about this guy. I really don't know. So I'm not going to say invest in him. But his dad's Craig Biggio, so it can't be that bad. Ohtani, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure if he's going to be a good investment or not. Next guy I want to talk about, this guy right here. This guy right here, he's going to do some really good things. And then in the years coming up, he's young. I think he's 22 years old. I've heard him say in interviews that he thinks of himself as a good person and a leader type person. So when he's in the league a little longer and he's getting more respect, I think that he'll be a guy that guys look up to. He's like 6'4". He's like 230. Okay, maybe it says 205. He's from the Dominican Republic, but he speaks English, so that's pretty cool. You can actually listen to what he says and understand it. Seems like a nice guy, but he's such a strong. He hits dingers. He's gonna have Jose Abreu in his lineup behind him. He's gonna have some protection with that, and I think that he's gonna continue to do better as he gets more experience. I think he ended up hitting like 32 home runs as a rookie, which is amazing. That's really good, and he's going to get better and better. So, as y'all know, everybody likes their home runs, so I think that he's going to be a major player to invest in. Along with Pete Alonso, you got Jeff McNeil. Jeff McNeil, he plays infield. I think it's like third base, if I'm not mistaken. He's good. He's a good hitter. He had a real high average. Hit some dingers. He's a grinder. He takes good at bats. He's easy. He's not easy to strike out and stuff, and he'll give you his all the time. So that's what I like about Jeff McNeil. I think he's overlooked in the 2019 rookie class. I think that he's somebody to invest in. And of course, you got Vladimir Guerrero. I already talked about him. The other guy, Fernando Tatis Jr., he was doing some really big things before he got hurt. He was probably going to win the Rookie of the Year, but, he got hurt. So, his dad played. He's got good bloodline and genes and stuff like that. So, I would look for him to be a good player for a long time. And I think that he's going to have a really good career. I don't know if he's going to have a Mike Trout type career, but he's gonna be a good one, somebody to invest in. I don't know if I would invest a super lot into him, but somebody to invest in. Get a few of his cards, And I already talked about Ronald Acuna. This is a do-it-all type of player, like Andrew Jones, like Ken Griffey Jr. He can hit. He can hit for average. He can hit for power. He can throw. He can field. He can steal bases. The players that are like this, the 5-tool players, they're not very, there's not that many of them. Okay. So this is a 5-tool player, and I think that he's a really good one. It seems like he might have some attitude issues and stuff like that. I don't know. I know that he had gotten benched for not running out a ball that he hit into the outfield and stuff like that, but he's young. So, he'll learn from his mistakes, and I think that he'll do better. and correct himself. And I think that he's definitely somebody to invest in. His prices on his cards are pretty high already because everybody can see how good he's going to be. So, it's a no-brainer on that one. But a good card for him is like the Topps Update. Topps Update Chrome. Another player that I left out that I think might be a good investment because his stuff is pretty cheap right now for some reason. Aaron Judge. His cards went down a little bit because he got hurt and he was out for the year. He's a beast, man. Aaron Judge is a beast. He's going to be in the league for a long time. He's still really young. He's going to hit a lot of home runs. He was born in 1992, so he's 8 years younger than I am, and I'm 35. So he's 27 years old, and he's going to do some big things for the next 10 years. He might average about 35 home runs for 10 years. He's going to end up with 500 home runs probably. So being a down year for him, and then being in the postseason right now, it's a good time to pick up some Aaron Judge rookie cards. You might be able to get some really nice ones for good prices. So he's somebody to invest in right now, along with his partner in crime, Mike Stanton, Giancarlo Stanton. He's definitely somebody to invest in. Justin Verlander, you can get his cards relatively cheap right now. With Verlander, I'd get one or two of his rookie cards and then maybe a bunch of his jersey cards. I think that would be really cool. Cards like this, the rare refractors, or you could probably pick up a Topps Chrome blue Justin Verlander rookie blue refractor for $10, numbered to 150 or something. So he's a bargain right now. He's going to go down as the greatest pitcher of this generation, in my opinion. So he's going to be somebody to invest in. I think that pitchers don't get a lot of love in the hobby. And of course the main guy that I think that is a big gamble as far as somebody to invest in. But this man right here, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. And anybody that wants to argue and say that he's not, okay. He didn't do stuff clean, and you can't take that away from him, but it's pretty much a common sense thing that, he didn't take anything before the year like 1997. He was clean before then, and at that point, he was the best all-around player in the game. He had better stats than, a lot of other people, like everybody. If you compared his stats in 1997 up to that point in his career to Mike Trout's stats right now, they're probably pretty similar. So with that being said, and him being the single-season home run record, the all-time career home run record, and the walks record, this guy has like so many walks. I can't even tell you guys like how many. It's like 2,300 walks or some crazy number. He lost like so many at bats because they just wouldn't pitch to him. He probably would have hit 900 home runs if they would have pitched to him. So he was just that much better than everybody else. There's nobody that comes close, man. He's the GOAT. The only thing that makes him tainted is the steroids issue. So yeah, you can get his stuff really cheap. This is a back card. I think I only paid like $1.50 for it. I like the jersey cards. I like the back cards. I think they're cooler to me than the autographs. They're not as expensive, and they don't hold as much value as far as resale goes. But that's what makes them cool to buy, because you can buy, Barry Bonds game used bat on a card. That's freaking awesome. I think it's cool as hell. Anyways, if I left out anybody that you guys think is a really good investment, somebody to invest in right now, Feel free to like, share, comment. We can talk about anybody that you guys think is a really good investment right now. There's a lot of, rookies and prospects and stuff like that. As far as like guys that haven't played much, like Wander Franco. I don't know exactly how he's going to do in the major leagues, so I can't say that I think that he's going to be a good investment yet. And plus his cards are really high. I don't think that, I'm not going to spend a few $100s on an autographed rookie card of a guy that's never even taken an at bat in the big leagues. I'm sorry. That's just like, that's beyond retarded to me. If he's been in the league for 2-3 months and he's got like 10, 15 home runs, he's really proved himself, that's a different story. But Wander Franco, his stuff is going for crazy prices and he hasn't done nothing yet. So, a lot like Zion, but basketball is a different thing. Good college players are good players, so, and he makes them look silly. So, yeah, it's a different thing. So, I can't think of anybody else that I would recommend investing in. So, alrighty, with all that being said, I'm getting a phone call. I'll talk to you later. God bless. Like, comment, share. Thank you. Bye.